heck? This is like a little pack. To me, it could sound better. Could be better, you guys. Could be better. I mean, what up? What's up? Every time you come into the room and then you bounce. Wait, full screen. Here we go. What's up? I'm here. I'm fucking here this time. What's up to everybody who just joined? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. What's up? Hello. It is nice to be back. I am going to start off today's episode, today's show. I need to check my fucking audio. I need to be mindful of my audio. What's up? Hello. Okay. It is nice. Okay. I can rock with that. I was having issues with audio, and I need to be mindful of it. I need to do a space sound check for the Twitch to make sure that everybody can hear me clearly. It's so fun to look at the first couple of streams, because it's you're literally doing this shit very much by the seat of your pants. You're just doing it live, so it's nice to take your time and look through and actually see and see what you're doing wrong, see what you're doing right, doing all that. So I appreciate y'all being here with me right now to talk about all of these different things that we are going to talk about today, because we got a big show. You know that I like to talk about NFT artists, but I also like to talk about crypto education. Whether we're learning what a blockchain is or what an NFT is, in English or in Spanish, I like both. It's important to keep that sort of education going. So I want to start each episode educating first. What I have realized is that I spend too much fucking time reading these articles. And that's too crazy. I cannot be reading all of these articles all loud. Especially when I really want to DJ later. That's what I'm excited about, okay? So I'm okay, I'm going to make this a brief show. I'm gonna get more in the flow of practicing and making this be go much quicker, because I've been doing it enough time. Hey, what's up? Coming into the chat. I see you. Thank you for coming in. So today we have a lot of things to talk about. We have a lot of things to go over. That's gonna be the format. I'm gonna start with the education, then we're gonna talk about the NFT artist, and then we're gonna end it with some records, because I think that's fun to end it with some music, That's always a good thing, at least for me. So thank you everybody for coming in and hanging out and being able to watch the show. I see you. I salute you. Thank you very much. The very first thing that we are going to talk about today, I'm going to do my share screen now. Yes, and I have my audio. My audio is good. You can hear me? Everybody can hear me? Where's my water? What I need is my fucking water. That's what I need. I'm like, especially if I'm going to read anything. Okay, so I'm going to drop this into the chat so that I don't have to read. Whoa. I don't have to read all of it because I'm not going to, because I've realized that that's too crazy and I'd be doing that. I'll be reading entire articles and I'm like, you guys can just click it and read it yourself. But this is what you don't know about NFTs could hurt you, non-fungible tokens, and the truth about digital asset ownership. Which honestly, when we're talking about NFTs, that's what we need to be calling them, as digital assets. That's what people are going to understand and be able to correlate with. It's like, you know, you paid for that album in Apple Music. You don't have the physical CD album, but you have the album. You have the digital assets that come with that, and you paid for that. So it's similar with NFTs. It's like you have the digital asset. So we're going to kind of like paraphrase through this because I feel like I have read a lot of this yesterday. A lot of these articles tend to use the same talking points, especially like this Christie's for 69 million, which creates like a lot of hype and stuff. So we're just going to kind of flow through this. And that's why I put the article also in the chat so you guys can go through and like peruse it at your leisure and whatever you want to do. That's just fine. So what is an NFT? A number of public blockchains, starting with Ethereum in late 2017, but now including other blockchains, notably Flow, have promulgated a standard for creating tokens on the respective chain that, by contrast with standard cryptocurrencies, are non-fungible, whereas every Bitcoin or Ether is interchangeable with another NFT. With another, NFTs are unique. Wow, that was like really hard. You could tell this is like, now that I'm reading this, I just need to read this part. I'm like, I read this really fast, and when I read it out loud, I'm like, ooh, it doesn't have the same flow as it did in my mind. To back up a step, tokens on a blockchain are just a piece of software code with specific functionality and identified by a unique identifier, essentially a long string of numbers and letters known as a hash. A token is thus a piece of digital data that contains certain pre-programmed levers that can be pushed and pulled. So this is important. This is what's known as a hash. And this is what we are going to call like the fucking social security number for your NFT. Like this is what's going to verify the identity of your NFT. So you want to know your hash when you are buying an NFT and when you are minting an NFT. And in yesterday's episode, we talked about interplanetary file systems and how important that is, because that is basically where you're going to get the address that lives on your hash. So you want that. You need to have that. So if you go back to yesterday's episode, you will see in the chat the links for the interplanetary file system, which we are also going to talk about a little bit today as well. So this is interesting too. I thought this was interesting. Is it gonna let me? It's not. Man, this whole like, I'm getting used to this whole PC thing. I'm a Mac girl through and through. Anybody else into Macs? Anybody else like Macs? I fucking love Macs. Alright, so for instance, at the time, many people assumed that when applied to media assets, a blockchain could act as a delivery device to easily move digital assets around in a manner similar to cryptocurrency. In reality, blockchains are just a ledger for tracking transactions, but terrible as a storage or distribution system for digital assets of any size. The files for media assets in particular are just too large. So a lot of people are yeah, exactly. He says it right here. He says the disconnect between how people thought technology worked and how it really worked is present. Okay, it is valid. Like I absolutely see that now. And that's why it was so important for me to have this channel to like try to educate people, because I was not seeing it. And it's like, we need to learn about all of this. So what this means is that for digital media assets, the file itself, whether a photo, video, an ebook, or anything else, must live somewhere else. You can create a permanent secured record of the asset on a blockchain, and that record can be tied cryptographically to the asset wherever it lives off-chain, but they do not reside together. Think of it like a library. There is a card catalog that tells you where books are located and when they are borrowed, but the books reside on separate shelves, which is like, okay, yeah, that's like a really good way of thinking of it. Like, yeah, I know where everything is digitally, but it fucking lives somewhere else. So, this is a really good article. It breaks it down. It talks about, okay, this is good too. In the physical world, we therefore have copyright's first sale doctrine, which says that copy of a work that has been embodied in a physical object, a book, a baseball trading card, a limited edition print of a painting, can be bought and sold in a secondary market without the original author retaining any control over the secondary sales. The owner of the physical copy, however, gains no interest in the underlying copyright for the work. In other words, we separate out the intangible work of art or authorship, which is protected by copyright law, from the tangible copy. Because digital files can be easily reproduced, courts in the United States have refused to recognize a digital first sale doctrine under copyright law. There is no such thing as a unique digital media asset that can be bought and sold on a secondary market, because media files are essentially treated as fungible. Ooh. There's a name for the issue of infinite reproductions of digital assets in the world of digital currency, the double spend problem. How do we ensure that a unit of digital currency one person sends to another person is not being sent to another person as well? After all, a digital dollar is just a unique identifier, a string of letters, numbers, or symbols. So nothing stops someone from copying that identifier and sending it to more than one party. Okay, well, Bitcoin solved that problem by creating a third transaction ledger beyond the accounts held by each of the parties to a transaction or their banks. A blockchain ledger shared in one decentralized way among computers around the globe, but controlled by no one. By creating this public ledger, Bitcoin prevents double spending of currency. Okay, so this is all really good to read, but I feel like I gotta keep moving on because I'm already 14 minutes deep into this, so I gotta keep it moving. Okay. How can I verify the ownership to allow resale of NFTs? So we learned about what a hash is. Hash is basically like the social security number of your NFT, and that tells you where that goes. To go into that deeper, I feel like I should go here. Okay. Verify interplanetary file system, MultiHash. That's what IPFS means. I'm going to drop this because this is actually very complex. And if I have any like software developers or coders or anybody that's a smart pants in the audience that wants to help like DM me about this later, I would love to talk about this shit because this shit is complicated. Okay, interplanetary file system has a unique way of identifying the data you store with multi-hash. For example, using IPFS, blah, 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 will actually return a multi-hash, which you can use to retrieve the file. However, it seems plausible for the front end to have the ability to verify it after the content is downloaded. Don't worry, you're about to grasp it. Decode multi-hash. Multi-hash actually contains the hash method we use and the hash digest output of the content. Baby, no. Now you went too far. Now you gone too far. Okay, so I'm glad that I dropped that into the chat because that's to kind of go down with the multi-hashes, and this is a way to verify it. So we're dropping that there. Okay, how can I verify ownership to allow resale on NFTs? I have discovered NFTs and ETH recently and would like to build a marketplace like OpenSea, but allow resale on NFTs that are already minted on various blockchains. Starting with just ETH, when someone comes to the marketplace to sell their NFT, I would like to verify the ownership of the NFT that the seller is claiming to resell on my marketplace. How do I do this? Can I take the seller's wallet, public information, and query the blockchain somehow? And then second question, when the seller sends the NFT to the buyer and claims that he sent it, how do I verify that the NFT was safely sent to the buyer's wallet? From what I have read so far, Etherscan seems to have a way to keep track of transactions and also extract NFT metadata to verify ownership of the NFT. How do I do the same? So here's an interesting answer. Seems like you have two problems. The first is ownership verification, and the second is trusted exchange. The first is pretty easy to solve with Open Zeppelin docs for ERC. Looks like you're looking for an ownership token, owner of token ID, which, assuming you know the address of the ERC 721 contract and the token ID, should return the address of the owner, which you can match against who is sending the message. Okay, interesting. So, assuming that you know the address of the contract, the token ID should return the address of the owner, which you can match against who is sending the message. Okay. However, if you solve this second problem, it automatically solves the first. Check out this Hacker Noon article about implementing an NFT marketplace. Ooh, we're going to click on that in another episode. Where the user with the NFT deposited into an escrow smart contract, thus proving they own it. You can deposit what you don't. You can't deposit what you don't own, and it sits there waiting for someone else to purchase it. Ooh, escrow smart contract. I like that. That's interesting. Okay. So I need to drop this now into the chat too, so everybody can read this at their leisure and do your thing. I have got to go get my water now. Okay, so I did this one. This whole thing. NFT proof of ownership. So this is when you're gonna like mint your own NFTs. Where am I on the time? 18 minutes. 18 minutes. Okay. Maybe I do have time for this. I feel like I need to drop this one into the chat, because it's only me like that talking to my motherfucking son. Did I just double? I did. I just double trouble bubbled it. Double trouble with this bubble. Yes? Das is some good. Okay. NFT, proof of ownership, file fund. I wish this was a video, but it's not. Videos are so much better for this. Okay, so I read this one. I already read this one. Right? Yeah. What you don't know about NFTs could hurt you, homie. Whoo! Alright, so NFT proof of ownership on a file coin, video coin, how to store NFTs right. I've got to go get my water. Okay, I will be right back. I'm back. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, don't worry. That's okay. Hotspots are awesome. I'm just glad that you're here. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you being here. I had to go get my water. I always tell people, like, you know, we can't pour from empty cups. You have to have a full cup. And, like, I didn't even have my water with me right now. What kind of, how could I be giving advice like that and I'm not even following my own of drinking water? I hope everybody is drinking water and staying hydrated right now. Okay, so I was concerned that I was having audio problems, but I'm hoping that everybody can hear me now and that it's clear and that we can move on, because this is the I want to say this is like the last article that I'm going to read, and then I'm just going to show 2 examples of exactly why all of this is important of what we're talking about, because I'm going to show 2 scams that have happened recently in the NFT community, and that's why this is important to know the multi-hash, find your hash, okay? It's all about the hash, guys. You got to find your hash, because that's how you're going to verify your NFT, and you have your proof of ownership. So we're going to, like, read into this article now, which I think I did. Medium, yes, I did. Okay. And then we'll show the 2 scams, and then we'll talk about our NFT artists, which I'm excited about. And then at the end, I'll do like 30 minutes or so of some records, playing some records, I think, or however much or however long I feel like it. Just, you know, whatever. I just go with the flow, man. I do what I like. I do what I want. But I appreciate you being in here, web girl. That web girl. Appreciate you so much. Okay. Here we go. We are reading NFT proof of ownership on Filecoin and VideoCoin. How to store NFTs right. So when working with NFTs, the main actors to consider are issuing an entity that is like the original person, the original artist. It's like not just a company. It could be the NBA or it could be fucking Brisa Breezy. It could be the fucking entity behind the NFT. The original owner, the copyright owner or creator of the underlying media asset compromising the NFT. Oh, so the company or the entity behind the NFT is like OpenSea. Right? This is the issuing entity. See, I'm learning here. We're all learning together. We're all understanding. So issuing entity is like OpenSea or foundation. All right? The original owner is the artist. So the copyright owner or creator. Yes, creators of the underlying media asset comprising the NFT. The NFT holder, the present holder of the NFT, and the NFT purchaser, someone with the intent of acquiring or transacting the NFT from the present NFT owner. Interesting. So, okay. So, for example, the copyright owner could be Malvika. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're here. Even if it keeps freezing, I'm just glad you're here. Believe me, it means so much. Because I'm not talking to myself, so it's like, oh, thank God. So thank you. The copyright owner or creator could be Malvika, for example. I could be the present holder of the Malvika NFT, right? On Foundation. So the issuing entity is Foundation. The original owner is Malvika. She's the creator. I am the NFT holder of Malvika's NFT. And the NFT purchaser is that web girl who wants to purchase Malvika's NFT from me. Okay? So, proof of ownership calculation on VideoCoin, which is one of the sites that I had heard of, like Pinata and other type of interplanetary file system sites. So, like we explained in the previous post, the way NFTs are stored presently makes them very fragile. And their survival is tied directly to the issuing entity's survival. So the issuing entity is Foundation or OpenSea or Rarible. So if something happens and they go bankrupt and they fucking close their site, there goes all your art and all your stuff and your hash that comes with it. From what I'm understanding. If I'm understanding it correctly, which is like kind of, that's like the scary shit. So, our implementation of proof of ownership makes NFTs robust and can withstand an issuing entity's untimely demise. An NFT holder can use the proof stored in Filecoin to establish veracity irrespective of whether the issuing entity is live or not, and when an NFT changes hands. The NFT purchaser gets the new proof of ownership assigned, and this happens without any involvement of the issuing entity. Here's how proof of ownership works. When an original owner creates an NFT, the following steps are taken. Create an encrypted signature from the media file. Like in video coins, proof of transcoding, we use the video file and create a unique ID signature of the video file using the binary contents of the file. So, original owner, fingerprint extractor, concept protection options, original owner, fingerprint, CMS. Okay, so all of that is put into the blockchain. Okay, once this ID is established, we use an ephemeral DRM key to encrypt the video using the public key of the owner. Deriving the public key of a vid account is straightforward and only requires the public ETH address of the owner. Deriving the public key of a vid account is straightforward and only requires the public ETH of the owner. This is where VideoCon network does the hard work. Workers on the VideoCoin network pick up the media file and perform the necessary encryptions. Step 2, storing the NFT information on the blockchain so without breaking compatibility, homie. Once a proof of ownership is established, it needs to be written on the blockchain without breaking compatibility with established NFT platforms. Thus, we support an integrated metadata schema to be compliant with ERC 721 and ERC 1155, and also extend it to support DRM data for rights management and tracking ownership transfers. Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom, bada bing. So, I dropped this link here. This is the Medium video coin. It is an elaborate article by Devaduta Ghat. And all of you can enjoy it. Let's see here. Proving ownership. Let's just skip to that part. When an NFT owner has to prove that he currently owns the NFT, he does the following. He retrieves the encrypted media content from Filecoin along with all relevant metadata, uses his private key, which is I need to click on that. I need to make sure I know what the fuck he means by the private key. What's he mean by the private key? Is that the ETH address? We need to go back to that. Hold me accountable on this. You guys taking notes? Hold me accountable on number 2 to find out what he means by the private key, okay? Use his private key to decrypt the DRM keys. Use the DRM key to decrypt the video. If the decrypted video is a bitwise match of the unencrypted video stored on Filecoin, the proof of ownership is established because they should match. Okay, yeah, right. That's it. Well, all of this looks super complex. An upcoming demo will make it all easy to follow. Ooh, I'm looking forward for that. But I don't have no time for that. But this is what we got to do. We got to prove the ownership of the NFTs before we buy them, my boos. All right? Because if we don't, what you don't know about these NFTs could hurt you, homie. And it's important that we learn. Because if not, we might have to take it now. Okay? And I need to go full screen for this. We might have to take it out. And it's not easy. It's not easy sometimes to publicly share that we have to take it out. I don't even have my little light on, do I? Let me make my little light. I'm just realizing I don't have my little mood lighting. Speaking of taking L's, I need to also talk about how I'm happy that this show is like inspiring people to do similar things, or if they had already had ideas of doing it, that they're doing it now. And I'm seeing other people with Twitch spaces now, and it's fucking awesome, and I'm all for it. And I think it's like, now is the time to like really share and just get the message out there to everyone however possible. And like, I don't want to feel like it can only be me or I'm the only one. Like, no, I want everybody to do this. I want everybody to fucking start a Twitch channel. I want everybody to have, you know, share the wealth of information, share the knowledge. All right, let me look at my hue lights real quick and set my hue lights together real quick. Ooh, yeah. How about some of this? How about a little bit of this? Ooh, that's interesting. How about that? Ooh, how about this? Ooh. I feel like blue is better because I'm so like, I'm so pale. I'm so pale already as it is. And then I gotta do my dojo. Yeah, buddy. Making it sexy with the lights. I like it when we're sexy with the lights. Dojo 3? Dojo 3, homie. Whoa. Whoa. There we go. Sexy. I love it. I can listen on one device and type in another Twitch. That's okay, whatever it takes. Like I said, I'm just so happy that you're here. And don't worry, I'm like trying to keep like all of this moving. So at the end, I'll just be playing records and you don't even have to type nothing. You could just rock out. You can just rock out and listen to me play vinyl. So don't even trip, it's all good. Okay, so I was talking about taking L's. And speaking of taking L's, hey, what's up? Frog Lives Matter. What's up? Yes, thank you for coming in. It's been a while. Nice to see you before you go to bed. Namaste. It's nice to see you. We got Web Girl in the chat. She's been in here keeping me company for the time being while Frog's Life Matters gonna get ready for bed. But it's cool to see you. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. It's nice to see you. I'm gonna play some records later. Oh, thank you. I will. I totally will. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in. It's good to see you. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, Web Girl is the sweetest ever. You have got to follow her on Twitch and on Instagram and on Twitter. She's the fucking bomb. She is the shit. And hopefully you guys can like, you know, connect and follow each other too, because I'm all about building the Twitch community. I'm like, I love the NFT community so much, and I love the Twitch community too, because everybody's so supportive here too. I'm like, yeah, I love all these communities where everybody loves each other and everybody's so nice. Yay! That's what I'm talking about. So that's good. That's good to see. Okay, man. Now I'm like bummed that I'm not like going right into the NFT artist. Well, I am going into the NFT artist. However, I'm going into the L's of some NFT artists, and ironically, both of these NFT artists were victims of a fraud. They were victims of a scam on OpenSea, I think. I think both of them were from OpenSea, and it makes me really fucking sad, but it's also really important that we talk about these things because this is how we educate each other. We have to turn our L's into lessons. And yes, yay, I'm glad you guys are all like together. Thank you so much, Web Bro. I really appreciate you, especially on the hotspot. It's like you got to do what you got to do. So I'm so happy that y'all are here, for real. Because, oh man, I'm not in here talking to myself because I fucking would be. Okay. Moving on. We're going to take these L's and we're going to turn them into lessons, and we're going to highlight exactly what happened so that we know for the future that it could happen to any of us. So I already dropped the link for these. Yes, the smart contract, exactly. So all of that stuff, I'm telling you, it's a whole can of worms that I cannot wait to like go through and really dive into, because now that we're learning about the multi-hash and how important it is to have basically your social security number for each NFT, like this is how we're going to be able to verify and match these numbers to the original, you know, creators, sellers, and make sure that this is real. And it's like, I didn't know that before. I had no idea. But of course, he's right. There's a disconnect between the technology and the people, and the way that I included am just assuming how it all fucking works. You know, we're like, oh, it just lives on the blockchain. It's like, no, motherfucker, just the hash lives on the blockchain. Not the file, just the hash lives on the blockchain. So even I am being educated and corrected. And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of being educated and corrected, is that you can learn things and you can move forward and you can evolve from that. And I think it's beautiful, man. I think it's fucking beautiful, man. We're living in a world of endless possibilities, man. All right, so we're going to look at these 2 L's, and then we are going to go for the wins, which is all of our NFT artists, which I'm excited about, and I'm being mindful of the time because here we are coming up on the 40-minute mark, and I am going to keep it moving. Whew, yeah. All right. Going back to the browser. So Chambo, I just talked about Chambo yesterday. On the episode. We were talking about interplanetary file systems, and we were talking about how there is money laundering happening in the NFT art world as a possibility. I have no confirmation. I cannot confirm nor deny. But this right here is a fucking scam that happened that Chambo, unfortunately, was a victim of. And he even said today in a space, spoke on it, and was like, look, I was just in a rush. And I really wanted to get in on it, and I did not pay attention, and I did not check the original owners. And it is my own fault because I didn't do my own due diligence and actually see what it was that I was buying. And you can see what it says here. It says, so I just bought a fake NFT, and Mill Raccoons found out. He took this one off the market and is gifting me it because I was robbed by the fake NFT artist. This means the world to me. Millionaire Raccoons League OpenSea. So from what I'm understanding, the gist of what happened is that this project got leaked and people went and made copycats. And I'm not surprised because it doesn't look really too complicated to copy. They made their own OpenSea, and I don't know if this is like the wrong one or if this is the real one. I guess this is the real one. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like, it's really fucking unfortunate. So this project, I guess, got leaked, and then people were making fakes of this project. And then unfortunately, Chambo. I got a drink to Chambo. Chambo, like a rainbow. I also learned that today. Chambo like a rainbow. Was just super humble coming into the space and like explaining like, yo, this shit happened to me. It could happen to fucking anybody. Okay? Like, even if you think you've been in this space a long time, you could still get got if you're not paying attention and if you're in a rush. So, you know, try to do things with intention and just take your time when you're getting ready to buy something, and that you don't buy something the wrong way, because I even said that, you know, Chambo, don't feel bad, because not only did it happen to you, but it also happened to the OG, okay? Miss Tori Bryant. I just saw this the other day. And it's like a trip when you look at the dates. This is August 8th. And poor Chambo, he is on August 10th that this happened to him. So this is like, this is happening. This is rampant. This is 2 people that I've talked about just alone on my show. Excuse me. That are getting bamboozled here. And I respect both of these people as being, you know, OGs in the space, in this NFT space. As new as it is, these 2 people, Chambo and Tori, are like respected in the NFT space. So for them to get got is like, what? So here you can see it says, Tori Bryant, I bought a fake Pogger and am so mad, but I guess I am an idiot, and so is the idiot who dares to sell me a fake. So Nifty Whale NFT, you got copycats. Anyway, you can shut them down. Still want a real one. What the fuck? This is another one on OpenSea. So this is now 2 on OpenSea. And yesterday when we were reading the interplanetary file system article, They were talking about this. They were fucking talking about this shit. So, it is important. It's really, really important to like educate yourself. OpenSea does not verify. OpenSea is like kind of illicit a little bit when it comes to money laundering. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I also think it's a very great platform for lowering the barrier of entry for anybody to get into NFTs. I want to say that too. Okay, OpenSea is also the good with the bad. All right, so this isn't a shit on OpenSea conversation. I just want to make that clear. But be careful. Do your diligence. Be fucking careful. Be aware. So, with that said, I feel like it's important that I go back to the full screen. Back to the full screen and just reset because now we are on 43. Okay. So I feel like maybe I can break this into 5-minute little segments, I hope. Ooh, I have a few that I'm trying to pull up though. Look at me trying to like have like a full show here. I love it. 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 Okay. So this first person that I'm going to talk about is actually an aggregator for NFT artists. And what I mean by that is this person is really good at like helping get NFT artists educated and updated and really like in the know in a really welcoming open space. He has some of the best spaces on Twitter, in my opinion. I met this guy in a women's space where he came in and listened the whole time. It was like a 4-hour space. And anytime, and there were other men in there too that did the same thing. Anytime a man can sit in a woman's space for 4 hours and listen to 4 hours worth of women speaking, I'm like, respect, homie. Yes, you are a real one. So it was really nice to see that. And this person is, without further ado, his page is NFT update. So I'm going to drop NFT update into the chat so that everybody can go and follow them just like that. Just like that. NFT update. He has really amazing Twitter spaces, and I highly recommend them. He also has his own site, which I will pull up here. NFT update, and this shows his gallery, his own little digital gallery here, which is cool. And then I guess this is like all the people that are on the Discord, I'm assuming, or people that play that game. So yeah, they got a Discord. Let's click the About Us. I'm not click this. NFT Update is a platform for undiscovered artists in the NFT space. The original idea for NFT Update was to create a platform that contributes to the mass adoption of NFTs. While many artists are very talented, few have experience in the marketing field. This is why NFT Update is for the people. We intend to support, educate, and inform artists on how to be innovative and successful in the NFT space. There are many different NFT platforms out there, but the difference with the NFT Update is the community. Yes. Okay, cool. So this is the Twitter, the Discord, Decentraland, all that. So you can get all that from the Twitter here. So this is NFT Update. Really, really knowledgeable, really great tweets. Always like really inspiring, really good spaces. Also, excellent spaces. So I highly, highly, highly recommend, if you're not following NFT Updates, you should. He always retweets great stuff. And I mean, have empathy for those who underestimate you. They do not know any better. Hey-o! Those are facts. So NFT Updates, I highly recommend. Everybody should go and follow him. Okay, so moving on. We are now with Boho. Ooh! I got Boho. So, Boho, he's there. Light painter in NFT Ocean. Fine photography keeper. Writer in rehab. NFT My Elite NFT community. Woo! So I had clicked on Boho's Cutlet. Yeah, okay. And that took me straight to the foundation. Yes, boo. Yes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. Here we go. Epilogue. Breta. I can smell the impending apocalypse soaring over the entirety. Fancy the clash of the good and the bad aura. And I choose to hold on to these burning plains as I gaze afar into the limbo, somewhere between emotion and indifference. The Mephistopheles. What? Mephistopheles. The Mephistopheles had always figured a way to keep the human souls incarcerated here on Earth. From series titled Preta, the scattered thoughts from birth, life, and eventual death. Ooh, beautiful. Deep. Boho, yes. Yes, Boho. I love it. I love it. So beautiful. Okay, let's go back here to the inception. The inception. Are you a figment of my imagination or a beautiful lie? While I stand here trying to stroke that depiction, I fail rather gloriously in decoding and deciding it. I blinked, paused, and evicted you to oblivion. You don't belong to the locus that marks you, but where you are off is to who you are. From the series titled Surrogate, the quest for truth amidst my confused realities. Ooh, deep. Deep. Ooh, I feel like I have to check. Oh, that is sound. Wait. I need my headphones. Wait. This is one of those things where I'm like, okay, we have one with sound, people. Let's do this, people. We've got one. We got a live one. We got a live one, people. We got sound. Ooh, and you're still playing, even though I put the headphones in, huh? How about now? Oh, you little dirty little. Oh, you little dirty. No, I don't want to fuck with that. Oh, no. Really? Like, you would just do that to me right now? Wow. I don't know what to say. And I can't mute you here, because if I mute you there, then it mutes you in there. Whew, boy. Wow. That's so fucking weird that I would put... And it's always audio issues. It's like, I only have audio issues. Like, my camera's always great. I never... I wanted to play Chombo's video, and I'm not going to be able to do it if it's doing that now. And this is a situation where it's like, oh, it's just a PC, so you just have to restart the whole motherfucking thing to make just the headphones work. And it's like, bruh, I'm in the middle of my motherfucking stream. I really do not have any of that energy at all whatsoever. But what I do have the energy for is just to drop his links, because ooh honey, it is way too late in the day for me to be having issues like that right now. I'm like, oh no, please don't, please, anything but that, because the fact that these PCs make you completely restart them in order to do something as simple as plug in some motherfucking headphones is just too fucking much for me. I really can't let it take my peace, because it's making me feel like I don't even want to fucking play records. Woo! Okay, so moving on from that, good to know there is sound and audio that I'm not going to be able to play again. Okay, so, that is the inception. We read that. That has sound. You got the links now. Everybody go check that out. That's what's up. Moving on to Hellcat. So this is Hellcat. Hellcat made her own little like EPK. This is like her own call sheet type of thing. This is like her own little card here that explains who she is all in one page and all of her contacts. And I think it's really fucking brilliant. And I think all other NFT artists should know this. And we are going to look at her art afterwards. But first we're going to read this, which Hellcat, visual artist. And you can see her art here too. Bio, emerging artistic Hellcat creates works of art that capture the dynamic ethos of the recent NFT movement. Using her training as a classical fine artist, she employs the use of bold colors, energetic compositions, and masterful symmetry. Her most recent art series, Cosmic Outlook, uses digital collage to explore themes of exploration, aspiration, and introspection. NFTs, specializing in the creation and implementation of non-fungible tokens, Hellcat is passionate about the increasing harmonization between art and DeFi. Yay! That's the spirit! We have her Twitter, we have her OpenSea, her Medium, and her Gmail. Yeah. Excuse me. I'm like, yay! Over here. Yay! Oh shit, there's my messages. Didn't mean to do that. I'm like, oh shit, there's my messages. Okay, so now that I was there, we're moving on to Ash. Okay, Ash did an article. It says, my next feature is the amazing Sujan. Judy Pooty. Sujan Judy Pooty. Sujan Judy Pooty. Sujan Judy Pooty. He is an amazing NFT photographer from India who has some incredible work. Thank you so much, Sujan, for taking the time to tell me more about you while also enjoying the process. So then I opened this up, and this is cool because this kind of like, I want to do this more with Little Box of Random's Medium, where I will totally just read how she is interviewing these artists and we can just kind of cross promote. So I'm going to drop this. I'm going to drop her Medium, and then I'm also going to drop Sujan's link in the chat as well, because Sujan right here can get his flowers as we read about him. And he was like, whoa, wait a minute. He was one of the first artists to hit me up, like, yeah, if you could talk about my art, that would be amazing. And I was like, cool, I got you on the schedule. And guess what, Sujan, today is your day. Today is the day that was on my schedule. Which is so funny because Little Box of Random was like, me too, here's my schedule. Okay, so this is Sujan, 23-year-old curious being trying to capture emotions around us, photography enthusiast, shot on mobile. This is his Showtime NFT artist from India. Okay. I met Sujan Judy Putty randomly on Twitter Space. Yeah! I was amazed by one of his beautiful NFTs that displays a rose and ice entitled The Frozen Heart. It's so beautiful and reminded me of Beauty and the Beast. When I went to his page and saw the rest of his work, I knew I had to feature him on the blog. It's amazing how much talent there is on Twitter, and I'm very fortunate that Sujan enthusiastically agreed to share more about his practice in a thoughtful way. Everyone meet my new friend Sujan! Yay! Okay, Sujan Judy Putty, Andhra Pradesh, India. And your website. Ooh, look, there it is. Beautiful. Beautiful. Biography, 23-year-old electronics and communication engineer, currently preparing for post-graduation. I'm a photography enthusiast and I love trying out various genres in it. Personally, I make sure to explore anything exciting that comes in my way and never be afraid to fall in it without giving a genuine try. I also do food blogging. Yeah, homie, share, drop the food blog. NFT is one such fantabulous thing that I came across in 2021. Yes. Yeah. Nice. Beautiful. Tell us about your project work creative process. Photography is a healing process to me. It is my getaway ticket from our daily lives. I find a lot of peace in it. I currently shoot via my mobile phone. I believe that gear is not always a barrier to capture some stupendous moments. I will definitely upgrade to a digital camera once my work speaks out louder than what I actually use to create it. Anything that conveys a meaningful anything that conveys a meaning technically and connects emotionally is what I prefer to capture. I'm still a learner and always will be. Yes. Do you have any collaborations you're working on, or are there any types of people who you're looking to collaborate with? At present, I'm not associated in any collaborations, but definitely would love to bring together photography and other forms of art. I get a lot of interesting ideas to combine 3D and 2D art with photography. I would love to try that. Heyo! What are your dreams and goals in the NFT art world? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? During the pandemic, I had an opportunity to form a community of photographers and also got a chance to get to know a lot of talented artists in and around my city. My main aim is to create awareness and educate them regarding the booming opportunity they can take to prosper their form of art. I am constantly educating myself regarding all that's going on in the NFT world. I would definitely be an active contributor to the NFT community. Being an NFT artist, I understand how important and close in one Genesis art drops to oneself. So I am also planning to collect NFTs from fellow artists and photographers and support everyone as much as possible. This is the way, guys. This is the fucking way. This is the way. Okay, so, how can audience get involved? Go to his foundation. Let's go to his foundation. Sue John, Frozen Heart. Photograph symbolizing the state of a person's heart. It's a myth that everyone is warm and open to form a new connection with someone else. Maybe they're scared to be broken again. Maybe they're not ready to get into the loop once more. Maybe their past is the coldness that leads to frozen heart. Maybe it needs its own time to feel the true warmth and melt down the coldness to bloom again. Composed and photographed a rose frozen in pure water as a metaphor of a frozen heart. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. You know what I'm realizing right now? That I didn't go to Hellcat. I never went to Hellcat. Here's Hellcat. Haha. Okay, so we'll go to that as soon as I'm done here. So, Sujan, we're gonna go to your showtime now. Photography enthusiast from the city of Destiny, India, here to showcase my emotion via symbolism, landscape, street, minimalism, photography. Curious and keen to freeze the simplicity with the soul. And Real Santa. Aww! Cute. Take a moment to understand the photograph. Most powerful click I have clicked so far. A monochrome with a color splash with a deep meaning. Story behind it. The elderly person pacing towards something irrespective of the super hot and also the pandemic. When I saw him, I felt something different and powerful than the few degrees south. His shadow spoke the loudest. He is a real Santa Claus. It was so clear that he was going to many kids and his homies waiting for his arrival, and their smiles are more cherishable than anything in the world to him. I immediately captured the moment. I knew what it represents and speaks. Someone's own shadow speaks the most fantastic truth about oneself. The Santa Claus cap is the only additional element to portray the actual meaning of the frame. Aww! How sweet! Oh, that is so cool. So John, I love it! Yeah! That's great. Okay, out of respect to Hellcat, we're gonna go back to Hellcat. A celestial body, cosplaying as a visual artist, cosmic outlook. My collection of one-on-one art NFTs is now available on OpenSea, so let's click on that. And I'm gonna drop Hellcat into the chat too. Ooh, beautiful. Ooh. Resonant. Cosmic Outlook is a collection of 30 unique celestial-themed one-to-one Siegel edition NFTs that I created with the aim of forming a body of work that focuses on exploration and growth. If the cosmos are the final frontier of existence, are NFTs the final frontier of art? Ooh, interesting. Beautiful. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, let's go back. Oh, let's see. Spectrum. Very cool. Ooh, I like this one. Solstice. Dope. Alright, let me drop Hellcat's Twitter here into the chat so everybody can go check out Hellcat, because she's so smarty smart to have the EPK, which is good to go. You can just send that to somebody. It's just a quick one page, like, here you go, here's all my stuff, here's what I got, here's what I do. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Okay, I think we did a good job here. I think I got through everybody. Okay, I think what I want to do now is like end the stream, and then I'm going to pick it up again and spin a little bit. Spin some records, probably for like 30 minutes or so. So thank you so much for everybody that came for the NFT side of things. And now I'm going to get ready for the DJ side of things, because why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? But thank you so much, Web Girl, for coming into the chat. Thank you, Frog Lives Matter. Thank you, everybody that's been here since the beginning. That's what's up. Stick around, because in about 10 minutes, I'm going to start spinning some records. I just need to go pee right now. But I'll be right back. But I'm going to end the chat and then come back. I hope you guys learned some stuff today. We talked about a lot. We talked about how important multi-hash is. Knowing that the hash is actually the social security number for your NFTs. You gotta match that with the original owner so you don't get fucking duped, because even some big names in our NFT industry here are getting duped. Alright? So it could happen to anybody, anywhere. Do not think that you're fucking immune just because you've been in this shit since January. Don't act like you fucking know it all, because we don't know and we're learning, and this is just happening. You know, this was August 8th and August 10th. You know, August 8th for Tory Bryant and August 10th for Chambo. So it could happen to anybody, man. It could happen to anybody. I dropped all the links there. Thank you very much. This was a good stream. I hope everybody sticks around for my DJ set, because I'm excited to spin some records. And I'll be back in about like 5 or 10 minutes. Give me some time. Okay, thank you. Bye.